Welcome to day one of the 13 Days of Halloween series. Robin Pitts, who is Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs, and myself are participating with our host, who is Rosa Kelly Scrapbooking, here on YouTube. To be entered into our giveaways, you must subscribe and leave a comment daily on each of our videos. And I will leave all of the information in the description box below, links to the channels, etc. And what I have created for day one is a mini album using a tutorial from Rosa Kelly. She is hosting a swap on her channel, and so I participated in it, and this is what I have created. The paper I used throughout the album is this Happy Halloween by Cartabella. I did have to use a couple of pieces from my stash that I think were from an old paper pad that was Me and My Big Ideas, I do believe. I cannot find the front cover to the pad, so I can't tell you exactly where a couple of these pieces are from. So I used the bat, the stripe, and the inside covers, or actually the back cover, from that paper pad. And I used a Michaels frame that was been in my stash forever. I did paint it black to go with my theme. I made this orange flower and bought some leaves and this like little viney stuff from Michaels. And the bat trim is from Joann's. And I created this swirl with the cobweb on my Cricut. And the back of it has a pumpkin and some spider web and some more of the trim. And it's like a felt trim, so I really liked it. I thought it made a nice addition to the album. And I chose not to cover my album with anything else because I was so happy with how my spine came out. I didn't want to cover it up. So we'll just dive right in here. And of course, if you follow me, you know I love to use my Cricut. I try to use it or my Cameo as much as I can to do some of the work for me. And I did use my Cricut here on this image to, make it look like this was a close-up of the blackbirds or crows. With the town sitting behind them. I love how it came out. And I used some distress ink around the edges. I think I used tea dye on the moons and then black soot on the branches here. And the paper collection, I just thought it was really cute and whimsy with a little bit of vintage feel to it. So I really liked it. And I just cut out these shapes, put that sticker because it matched the dancing, and you can take a picture behind it. And this does open it up, and I did use magnets for the closure. And I just had some pieces left over from the paper collection, so I've included them for my swap partner. And I'm not sure who I'm swapping with. Rosa usually decides that, and so it's a nice surprise to see who we're going to receive. I cut this out on Cricut as well, and I love how that came out. And we had to include I think at least one or two interactive elements. And Rosa does have tutorials on how she did this. And this is so simple, but I think it makes such an impact. You can just see how it pops up. Loved it. Used a cut apart from the collection and some stickers here of the mummy and the pumpkin. And the insert I cut on my Cricut. And I love the cobwebs. So I just found an image that had a background and then adhered the background to a square, made it the size I needed it, and cut out the cobwebs. And I did realize when cutting out the cobwebs, it is best to use a blue mat that is not quite as sticky as the standard grip mat, just so I was able to get the cobwebs off the mat without tearing them, because sometimes that is the most difficult thing, to get such a fine detailed cut off a mat. But the blue mats work great for that. So I made one for each insert, and I love the way it looks when you have it opened of all the cobwebs. And we have a pocket, and I have some more. This is a cut apart from the collection, a couple of them there, and then just another scrap piece of the paper. And I just wanted to put some little whimsy pom-pom trim in there. So I put a photo mat, and then you can put something under the sticker there. And I did back it on some cardstock so they can put a picture underneath of that. And in the background, I cut the scene with the Cricut, I do believe, and then I just took some stickers and put them on front so it just looked more dimensional, I thought. And we have another pages to flip here. And I did have where they could tuck the branches, or the branches were loose so they could tuck a picture underneath, but it kept catching on the ghost over here and wrinkling them, and so I was afraid they would get destroyed. And I did leave a little bit of room to tuck your picture underneath here as well. Whoops, I can get it, there we go, so they can put their picture here. And I love how this page came out, and I saw a couple different tutorials for this, and I'll leave a link to those in the description box as well. Cut the ghost out, added a little sticker pumpkin on some pop dots, and this is magnetized as well. And I love interactive waterfalls, so I was really pleased with how this came out. I'd not seen one where you would be able to have, you know, a picture in the background like that, so I was really pleased with that and how it came out. And just some simple pages here, and another, I'll call them the flips and the flap pages. And I love the look of the tree. I think it's so cool. And of course the 2 pages here are magnetized. And I did take a little bit of tea dye distress ink and put on this because it was just a little bit too white. These were some pages I also had to use from that paper pad because I just didn't have enough of the one collection. And I did cut out some spider web corner pieces here and put on the corners here, and there's a spider there. And then of course they can stick a picture under these. I should have left this out so you can see, but they can put a picture underneath and it would look like, you know, the spider web is over top and the spider as well. And I did cut this out on the Cricut as well. Love how she came out, and was able to find some papers that really matched that background paper. So I was really happy with how my album came out. I hope the person that receives it really likes it. I had a great time creating it. And I did include some other goodies that I'm not showing. And I also made these on the Cricut and was really pleased with them. And I thought they could use them in the album for some of the pages that I've left room for pictures. They would be able to put some embellishments on them. So thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the other ladies in the 13 Days of Halloween series. I love to hear your comments. I greatly appreciate it. Have a spectacular day,